Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Hockman. I'm joined by my co-hosts and fellow mad scientists, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick, and later by Chad Smith, again from the Last Comic Shop podcast. We're going to have him come in at Fact or No Fact like we've been doing, and he's going to give us his expertise for the Spider-Man movie, Far From Home. Which will be Rob's Magic Marvel Corner. But that's all later. Right now, we are here to talk about Hard Ticket to Hawaii. How are you guys doing? And Rob, you're going to explain the movie this week.
I'm doing great. I'm going to have a hard time explaining this movie because there are 4 blonde bimbos, and they're very similar looking. And
Yeah.
I had to rewatch certain parts when I was first watching it because I was following these 2 bimbo stories, and then I was like, wait, these are different bimbos that are doing something similar. But basically, there's a snake on a plane, but it's not snakes on a plane. There is a drug lord who's very violently selling weed, who kills police officers, and then these 2 girls deliver a snake by accident to an island because it's poisoned with rat stuff, and then there's lots of weird violence involving razorblade frisbees and handstanding skateboarding guys.
Yeah, that's that's how I would have described it myself.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck following that, audience. I'm doing all right. This was our oldest child's 20th birthday today, so
wow.
I'm gonna celebrate by talking about. I'm gonna celebrate by talking about my new favorite movie to hate, Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
It is unbelievable. This was a fan suggestion, so keep in mind if you email us.
I showed Chad the trailer, and he said, "Wait, you said this was a bad movie."
Apparently, it's a series. There's 3. There's 3 of them with the same ensemble or something.
Yeah,
but I didn't really.
There's several.
Yeah, there's a bunch. All right, well, let's throw it to YouTube to see what the wider audience thinks of this one.
Sitting on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. Sounds awfully familiar.
It's good, though.
No, it isn't. YouTube comments. All right, rapid fire. 1. Everybody remembers the snake and the rocket launchers and the skateboard guy and the frisbee guy. But who remembers the sports commentator that takes time out of the talk about how his vitamin supplements make his urine so bright that he becomes the envy of all other men at the urinals? Never forget. Next comment. Best movie I've ever fucking seen in my life. Hands down, the best one that'll ever be released. Let's see. So, moving on. Andy Sedaris is a legend. Classic cornball at its best. I watched these flicks when I was a kid. I now own the box set of all of them. Proudly. Next comment. Andy Sedaris is a genius. Truly the filmmaker of the 80s and 90s. Next one. Hawaii. It's a great place to visit, but you wouldn't want to die there. I could never in my entire life have come up with such a line. It's brilliant. Next comment. Was looking for a Hawaii vacation trailer and found this on accident. I'm not disappointed. LOL. All right, and here's the real rapid fire. One of the greatest movies ever made. One of the best movies I've ever seen. Definitely in my top 5,000 movies of all time. An action movie masterpiece. And then all caps, the golden year of movies.
The golden year. Okay.
Yes.
I'm very interested to see how that's going to skew your rating for test number 1, the worst of its kind.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass.
The worst.
And it hurts.
Of its kind.
I've got to figure out a way to get it out of there.
Okay, so starting with the Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, which has Jason Statham and The Rock. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
Rob, you haven't seen that one. Well, it's a 67.
Okay.
Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. I don't know why. A 39. Yep.
Okay.
Last
39.
Action Hero. Yeah, with Arnie. A 40. So a little better than Maleficent. Yeah. Lethal Weapon with Glover and Gibson. An 80 there. And then Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. And 95. So you put those together, you get a 64.2 average. How do you guys think that Hard Ticket to Hawaii did on Rotten Tomatoes?
67 based on YouTube comments alone.
See, I'm going 5.
5 is what I feel like it should be, but it's 5 times that at 25. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's actually only a negative 39.2, which is a bad score, but this season's been terrible. It is the worst of its kind, so we'll see how that stacks up against our season champion later. For now, let's summarize the movie with some fun limericks. In test number 2, ain't that a pitch?
But for all you Hulkamaniacs that haven't seen No Holds Barred yet, I'm making a list, and I'm checking it twice, and you better go see No Holds Barred. Otherwise, I'll body slam you when I see you. Hulkamaniacs, what you gonna do when No Holds Barred runs wild on you?
Test number 2, ain't that a pitch?
All right.
I'll go first. I haven't in a long time.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
I make movie. I like boobie. Boobie shooty, so I shoot boobies.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Bob, you or me?
I guess I went first last week, so I guess I go into next. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. There once was a movie that was a sleaze milkshake. So much cringing that it made my joints ache. Girls with guns and bare breasts. A guy takes a harpoon to the chest, and let's never forget about the toilet snake.
Okay. There once was a snake on a plane, and a drug lord who delivered the pain. Half the agents have moves, and the other half boobs. But the plot was never fully explained.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna give it to Bob for rhyming milkshake.
Yeah, I was gonna go Bob too, like 4.25.
I went
All right.
backwards from toilet snake, and that's how that's how I got everything else.
Hey, so Bob, if I go 5, would that give you what, like a 4.6 or some shit like that?
Yeah,
Somewhere.
four.
What did he
6,
say?
6, 6.
He say 4.5?
He
It's a
said
4.25.
4.25.
Oh, then yeah, it'd be like a 4.67
4.67. Okay,
or 4.63. I don't know.
something like that. Yeah, we'll go 4.63 because I've never seen that and had to jot that one down before, and that's fun. Okay, so let's throw it to the test number 3, the most offensive.
Oh, Jimmy, don't even
Well,
worry
no,
about
no,
it.
no, let me don't think about anything. I want to ask you a question. When you came pulling in here, did you notice a sign on the front of my house that said dead
Saddle.
storage?
Jimmy, you know I ain't seen no shit.
Did you notice a sign in the front of my
Foreshadowing.
house that said dead
Saddle.
storage?
True.
No, I didn't.
You know why you didn't see that sign? Because it ain't there, because storing dead
Saddle.
ain't my fucking business. That's why.
The most offensive.
Okay, so you may sense a theme here. Starting with number 1, immediate titties.
Immediate, yes.
Yes.
Immediate titties. Number 2, Molokai cargo official uniforms show ass.
Yes, they do.
Okay, number 3, unnecessary titties.
Yep.
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Completely unnecessary titties. I think I don't know. This might have been the one where they're in a jacuzzi and there's just
Yeah.
boobs.
Yep.
They're like, I do my best thinking in the jacuzzi, so they get in the jacuzzi together to like look at what's in this little satchel they recovered.
Yeah.
And it's diamonds, and that for some reason they have no tops on.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what girlfriends do.
No.
Number 4, to hell with honeymooners.
Oh right.
Yep.
Yeah, they are aware that there is like a gang of like weed producers in Hawaii that are like shooting people, and they just leave the honeymooners out there at the beach, like where the activity is going on. Don't even warn them.
Yep.
Nope.
Don't tell them about the snake.
Bye.
Number 5, marketing Malibu Express, which is another movie in this that we were talking about before. They made a whole bunch, and Taryn, I think her name is, has a Malibu Express movie poster above her bed,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
it was like shot close up and then zoomed back from, right?
yeah, and it's really funny because she's like, the place threw it in for free, so she couldn't even commit to having had it, like, because she bought it. She was given it because,
Right.
because the Blockbuster or whatever didn't want it. Well, go ahead, you could have that. All right, number 6, gratuititties.
Quite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 7, James Bond bone jumping jokes. These girls are just so horny all the time that they have to talk about James Bond jumping their bones in the middle of a
Yeah.
conversation.
They did.
Number 8, Handsy host.
Oh yeah, he was he was the most offensive thing in this movie, I think.
He really might have been. There was something that I clipped that I wanted to include that's just so gross that I decided against it. And it's a joke where he's pointing to himself when he says to Taryn and Donna that he has the best seat in the house. And I'll let you decide where he's pointing.
Yeah.
What she says next is hilarious.
It is. It is. Hopefully one part of him is bigger than another part of him, I think, is what she says there.
Yeah.
Number 9. Yeah. Number 9, needless titties. So Edie is the person who owns the restaurant in like Honolulu or wherever they are, Molokai. Yeah. And she just goes into the back and gets changed. It doesn't move the plot at all. So I wrote needless titties. Speaking Spanish to Sumos.
Yep.
Taryn is sure that she can get information out of these sumo wrestlers, but she's speaking Spanish to them, and that's supposed to be really fun. All right, I'm going to try not to butcher this one. Number 11, Investigatitties. So, mid-investigation, you get Investigatitties. I don't know if you're writing these down, Rob, but I kind of hope you are.
Investigatitties, yeah.
Yeah. Number 12, another Asian martial artist.
Yep, I figured you would find that one.
I sure did. Yep. Number 13, because we still have a few more. 13 is ridiculous, raunchy remarks during rescue.
Yes.
It's I don't know the guy's name. It's Rowdy and the guy with the long hair. I don't remember his name.
Apparently that guy's actual kickboxer. That guy with the long hair.
Yeah, he seems to have that like really like wiry, muscly fatigue. What's the word I'm going for? Physique there. So right. He looks like a kickboxer to me. Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, well, what I'm talking about there is they are rescuing Edie from the gang leader's like house.
Oh, and yeah, she's strung up and he's making comments. Yeah.
He's like, man, that would be like a good sex swing or something. He doesn't say that, but like that's what he's thinking, and he says something like that. Okay. Number 14, wet toiletritties. So the snake destroys the toilet, and in doing so, he splashes Donna's white shirt, and her boobs are very obvious, which was on purpose for sure. All right, I've got 2 more, and I promise only one of them is a boob joke.
Okay.
And you know what? I think I'm going to swap them. So 15 is now 16. 16 is a clip. So number 15 is, oh my God.
Oh my God. Yep.
3, 2, 1.
This is Jimmy John Jackson, Southern Cable Sports Network. We're here in Molokai, Hawaii for the pro football meetings, and we're at Edie's Outpost with a lot of football celebrities. With us today is Don Merriman to talk to us about his years as quarterback with the Dallas Steers. And seated next to him is favorite receiver Billy Blue Shoes Marvis. Don, the question I've always wanted to ask you is about the touchdown pass you threw to Billy Blue Shoes here last year. Now, it looked to me like a double post pattern with a pick on the outside linebacker, a flare across the middle with your split end, and a play action that gave you time to throw that ball 60 yards in the air. Now, with time running out, no more timeouts, and all that pressure, what was it that you told those guys in that huddle? How did you call the play?
Well, Jimmy John, all I said was niggas go deep, and white guys keep them out if you can on 2. Jimmy, the motherfucker's crazy, but he sure can throw.
That's it from here in Molokai, Hawaii. Back to you, Howard.
Yeah, how hilarious. Did you guys read that as white analyst smart, black athlete dumb? Because I felt like that's kind of what they were
I saw
But they
that
really-
as like the guy has been asked this question like 100 times because it happened a couple years ago, and he's drunk, and he's just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I that's a more a less offensive interpretation, and I appreciate that. But there you have it. They said the S word
They did.
with a hard LE, and yeah, just gross. Anytime I hear that in a movie, I'm not happy. Okay, let's do the last one now. It's number 16. And I teased what it was, but this one is end credititties.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. That was my mention if you didn't mention.
Okay, yeah. Even in the end credits, when they're rolling the names, they have to show you boobs in between.
Well, they basically cherry picked out, pardon the expression, they cherry picked out all those scenes to highlight the movie.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Like these are the best parts.
They're best highlight titties.
So I was probably 11 or 12 when this came out. Well, probably 12 or 13 when this came out on like cable, like HBO. And my parents had HBO stolen from a cable worker neighbor of ours.
Nice.
So I watched this as like a 13-year-old, but you know why I watched it?
For sure.
For the end creditties. And was shocked the entire movie. Like, this is insane. And I didn't watch it again until last week.
Well, after Rob's ad read, we're going to get even deeper into why it's insane. But right now, we're going to throw it to his ad read.
Way to Ponderosa.
Here I am, just like Bill Cosby in the new movie Leonard Part 6, on yet another secret mission. Arriving, I enter cautiously. Then I see it.
Now get a Leonard Part 6 mini spy camera at Ponderosa for only 99 cents with any purchase.
All right.
Hi, Leonard.
Rob's ad read.
There's a family feeling at Ponderosa.
You're never going to believe this. Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Boobs, or as we like to call them, tatas, fun bags, bazoombas, knockers, jugs, twins, globes, melons, mounds, titties, bosoms, hooters, pillows, bubbies, chesticles, racks, puppies, bazookas, lady lumps, berthas, orbs, breasticles, cans, ditties, baps, boulders, headlights, balloons, handfuls, domes, high beams, peaks, coconuts, biscuits, mammalian protuberances, flotation devices, jellies, bells, muffins, pillows, torpedoes, warheads, lumps, charms, Twin Peaks, gazongas, yabos, marshmallows, bongo drums, toppers, bunkers, woo-woos, maracas, love loaves, lady bits, jubblies, badunkadonks, beach balls, milkers, scones, dumplings, muffin tops, kahunas, grapefruits, honkers, flotation devices, love cushions, moon pies, meatloafs, chicken cutlets, hush puppies, watermelons, whoppers, wobblers, airbags, uplifters, front bumpers, woozies, nunga-nungas, cha-chas, tomatoes, cupcakes, smuggled peanuts, bug eyes, pom-poms, wonders, targets, doorknobs, lollipops, mounds, tum-tums, fleshy hills, boom-booms, snow globes, butterballs, chest pillows, dewdrops, baby feeders, sprouts, and plums.
I'm not sure if I like Flesh. Was it Flesh Mountains or Twin Peaks better?
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Twin Peaks are super nice. I do like Flesh Mountains, though. And I heard mammalian protuberances thrown in there, which I thoroughly enjoyed as well. All right, well, thank you so much for... Should I say the whole name of the company or just... I'll give it Boobs. Thank you, Boobs. For Thank you, Boobs, for joining. We're glad to have you, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week, maybe. Okay, test number 4, the worst dialogue.
Some really bad dialogue.
You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Yeah, I was just clapping for Rob because that was impressive. That you got through all that without any fuck ups. I would have.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. This is I have to ramp them up. So number 1's going to be the worst, and I think Bob already knows what's coming. But number 5, I bet you he doesn't. This is called Coffee.
Charlotte, thank goodness you've decided to come. Charlotte, I'm not just some fast-talking New York television director. I care for you a great deal. Trust me, Charlotte.
You practically raped me last night.
That was last night, Charlotte. This is today. I care for you, Charlotte. I care for your mind. I don't care about your body anymore. I'm not into that.
May I help you?
I'll have a pair of coffee.
What's in the past is in the past.
Oh, fuck, man.
How is it not number one?
I don't know. It's amazing. All right, here's number.
Yep. Thor, yarg.
Rat snake.
Donna, this is Dixon. I want you to listen carefully to everything I have to say. Okay? We had a snake delivered here for the Department of Health. Now, that snake has been infected by deadly toxins from cancer-infested rats. It's a very dangerous snake. It'll kill anybody it comes in contact with. Are you still there, Donna?
Yeah, Dixon.
All right. Now, my loaders made a mistake. You have the wrong snake. You hear me? The wrong snake.
No, we don't.
Don't tell me. I'm telling you, that snake, don't do anything don't get near it.
Dixon, we don't have the snake. It got loose.
Be careful. I'll get back to you.
Donna, let's get out of here. That thing could be anywhere. Let's get back to the house and secure it.
This is an emergency. Give me the Department of Health.
Or animal control. How about that?
Yeah, maybe. Contaminated snake. It's contaminated with cancer-infested rat bites.
Yes.
So I didn't know that rat cancer was contagious like that.
I thought snakes ate rats. I didn't know that rats bit snakes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything about that is just wrong.
It was a missed opportunity for the phrase "Miss Snake," because they made a mistake.
They did make a mistake. Good point. All right, number 3. This is just raunchy for the sake of being raunchy, and I don't understand it really. I think I do, but you guys are gonna have to talk me through this one afterwards. It's called Ice.
You have another spy movie poster? And in German yet?
Yeah, it's a real killer, isn't it?
Taryn, you have a Malibu Express poster hanging over your bed.
The store threw it in for free. I thought you'd get a kick out of it.
We don't hear much from Cody anymore since he left the agency to become an actor.
Well, he and Rowdy are cousins, right?
Yeah. They're both adorable, but just a little bit flaky, you know?
So tell me the truth, Don, about Rowdy. How's his stuff?
Right. He's got 4 inches.
4 inches? That's not so hot.
Yes, it is. I measured him from the ground up.
I'm going to put these in the freezer. After all, it is ice, isn't it?
Can someone explain? Does that mean that his penis is hanging and the gap
right around
is...
his ankles? Yeah, they're
right.
Wow. Okay. I'm not sure any woman would even want that.
Yeah.
To be totally honest. But I like how they cap it off with the ice pun at the end. Delivered so nonchalantly. Diamonds are ice, so she's gonna put the ice in the freezer. That's gonna be the hiding place for that. Diamonds. All right. Just wait for these last couple. And honestly, the worst acting is just as bad with dialogue, but you gotta separate the tests, I guess. We didn't have to. We could have just done them all together, but here's number. This is Dirty Talk. 2 separate clips.
Did you know what was happening here when you asked me to stay in Honolulu?
Yeah.
You can't control my life.
I don't want to control your life. All I want to do is suck the polish right off your toes.
All right, and here's Dirty Talk number 2.
You should get in, Rowdy. The water is great.
Are you kidding? I've got better things to do with my body temperature.
What are you talking about? What does that mean?
I don't know. He's got better things to do.
with his body temperature. Yeah. I like to make sure that I ration my body temperature correctly throughout the day as well.
Yes.
All right, here it comes. This is number
1, Daddy.
Drum roll.
You know what? Fuck it.
Clean.
What are you two doing here?
Now, calm down, Mr. Romero. We got some bad news.
Yeah, boss. Somebody beat us to the stuff. They got away. Looks like they almost killed you. Who were they? It was a couple of broads. Broads? You dummies.
They got away on that cargo plane.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Molokai cargo.
Yeah.
If brains were bird shit, you'd have a clean cage. I'll get someone else to handle them. Get out of here.
Oh my god.
That is like that's a JCVD line. Maybe I'm complaining because the accent.
It's even worse. You're right. It is that style, but it's as bad as it gets.
Well, if you want to make a note back to most offensive, Chris, they called women broads twice.
They sure did. Calling women broads. Okay, that'll be number 17. Usually I want as much as we can come up with, so that way if it wins, not saying this is going to win, but it is, then I'd have more material to play the offensive minigame with later. So there you have it. There's the dialogue we selected, so you know how bad the dialogue is. But for now, we're going to pass it to Bob to tell us what's so bad about the production in test number 5, the worst production.
Hey, dirtbag. You're a lousy
production.
I don't like lousy
productions.
You wasted a kid for nothing. Now I think it's time to waste you.
All right. Okay. So worst production this week is the tagline, and hear me out through my entire rationale. Laughable effects. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. This movie knows what it is. Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
It was what it claims to be. It's a low budget action movie in the quote unquote girls with guns action subgenre. And that being said, if you can't deliver on the effects, maybe don't try them. Like, low budget special effects can look better with a little clever camera work, a little bit of editing. I've done it. And you can have a nudie movie with action and humor and violence, but if you're gonna throw in gore and creatures, I have to say creatures because that
the snake is a creature. No.
I called it the elbow snake because in one scene you can see the guy's arm in the snake costume.
It's clearly a hand, like the way its mouth moves like Kermit the Frog. You know?
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, so here's my ending to this. I say put a little more effort forth, but I'm also being picky because honestly, I could not find much wrong with this production. They are low budget. They're low budget filmmakers. They write their own scripts. They cast. They cast using Playboy Playmates. In case you didn't realize that.
Did not know that.
Expectations are what they are. Can't fault them for what comes out the other end.
Yeah, which is pure shit.
Because I try not to read reviews on the front end because I don't want to ruin like the Rotten Tomato score, but like it's widely considered to be one of the best B movies of its time.
Yeah.
Is
four of the
cult
women were Playmates of the Month in the 80s.
That doesn't surprise me. What about the other like 9 women that show their boobs?
9 women. No, I'm pretty sure if you counted up, there were only 4 of them.
No, I feel like I can come up with Edie, and then the girl that just like is giving Michael or Michelle the advice, right? Yes.
And then the 2 leads. That's it.
There's got to be another pair of boobs in there somewhere. I'll find it.
Well, there was a waitress, but she didn't show them. You gonna watch it again, Chris?
I may.
There's got to be another pair of boobs in there. I swear.
I'm telling
Rob,
you.
Me and Rob were talking about shortcuts to find text easier. Is there a Control B you can hit?
That's all you would need. All right, let's throw it to test number 6, the worst acting.
Yeah.
This is where the law stops. And I start.
Acting badly.
That still makes me laugh. I was thinking, what about the bodybuilder chick, but she doesn't show her boobs. What about the honeymooner, but she doesn't actually show her boobs. They just are in like tight, top dressing. But man, I swear to God, there's another pair. I'm telling you.
Inside the
Telling you.
breastry area of Nipopolis.
Look at my daughter's boobs.
I'd like a pair of
rockin'
coffee.
tits.
All right, let's do this in regular numerical order, starting with number 1. This is just so funny. This is face.
Hi, Edie. Hi, how have you been? Not so hot. Can I get a white wine, please? Same to me, Patty. I'd like a martini, vodka, medium dry, lemon peel shaken and not stirred.
Yeah, ladies, like you didn't already know.
Edie, we've got to talk.
No one can hear us here.
Have you heard anything about diamonds in connection with Seth Romero?
Donna, the agency only uses me as a contact. There's really very little that they tell me directly.
I just shot Seth Romero in the face. I should have killed him.
You may wish you had, because the best you can hope for now is crutches.
We've got to reach Rowdy.
Desperately. Let's go to my office.
Hey, Whitey, what's happening? Hey, Jimmy John Jackson, Southern.
Jimmy John Jackson. I don't know what. The best part there is I just shot Seth Romero in the face. The delivery is so confused. Okay, we've got a part 1 and a part 2 here, starting with number 2. This is turkey. These are amazing, by the way.
Hey, Colleen, who's that turkey with you?
He's just a thrower.
Sorry, Buster. We ain't allowed here. Take off.
Hey, lighten up. We're just throwing.
Oh, yeah? Let's see you throw one.
He's just a thrower.
How about you get lost?
What do you mean?
I mean it. Move out. Now. Hey, Colleen. Got a great ass.
So do you, Pilgrim.
You don't look so hot to me. Oh, yeah? See if you can catch this. Hey. Yeah, let's have it. This is for the Molokai cops.
Yep. Sorry. Had to.
The YouTube audience.
All right, so that like Trolls 2 sound at the very end is a horror sound because Rowdy throws a Razorblade frisbee, if you're just listening, at Shades, the guard, and it not only cuts right through his fingers, but also right into his neck, and it kills him.
My question is, what is going to be left for the catch-all?
About 4 pages. I will lightning round that as fast as I can, though, I promise.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad. I'm exaggerating. All right, let's go to number 3. This is Turkey 2. This is maybe crazier. I don't know.
Man, he must be smoking some heavy doobies.
Come on! Move it, Herring! They're just up ahead. You got him, bro.
You got it, bro. This is like a kind of a car chase.
Yeah, sort of. With a blow-up doll.
I think they're gone now.
What's a blow-up doll, yeah.
Here's the gun, skater. Blow him away. No problem, baby.
Look out, he's got a gun.
Look out, he's got a gun.
Jade, how bad you hit?
I've been better, but I'll live.
Let's get that turkey.
There it is. Wait.
To clarify, I looked up what turkey means in slang.
Yeah.
Actually pretty insulting. A person or thing of little appeal, a dud, a loser, a naive, stupid, or inept person, a poor and unsuccessful theatrical production, a flop.
Oh. How fitting.
Yeah.
So it turns out that guy's name is Jade, the one who gets shot with the long hair. Okay, because they just said it for sure. And I saw Jade, but I didn't see a picture on like IMDb, so I wasn't sure if that was the character's name or not. So if you are in the podcast audience, what just happened is man on a skateboard goes by our two heroes upside down. He's like on his hands. And they're like, whoa, that dude's high. And then he goes to a car and they drive past them really fast. And they're like, I think they're gone, so we can relax. But then they come back with a gun and a blow-up doll on a skateboard again. Why the blow-up doll? I think to hide the gun. I'm pretty sure that's why it's there. A little distraction, you know? And Jade gets shot. They call him a turkey, and they reverse. For some reason, he's just spinning around on his skateboard celebrating, having just shot him. They go fast enough in reverse to launch him in the air, like some 15, 20 feet. And then Rowdy rocket launches him. And then the blow-up doll. He rocket launches the blow-up doll separately. Just in case, I don't know, just in case there's like drugs in there? Or the blow-up doll has a gun? I don't know. I'm not sure why, but this movie is so much. It's so much. But we have one more.
Chris definitely hit the bingo card by saying the blow-up doll was to cover up a gun. I mean, come on. They didn't think of that. Only you thought of that.
I thought they maybe needed to get access to the carpool lane to pull off such a heist.
All right, that's a fair point, Rob. Yeah, that must have been it. Maybe that's a double bingo. Giving it too much credit. We haven't had any like faulty pipe logic lately, or I don't know what were the other. We haven't been referencing South Park too much. I feel bad for the bingo card players out there. Maybe we'll have to keep that in mind. But for now, we'll go to number 4. Over.
Well, Mr. Chang, I'd say it's all over.
In a pig's ass.
That's it, though. That's the whole clip. Yeah. I just thought it was super funny. That's Mr. Chang is the ultimate bad guy, even though they've like dealt with Seth Romero and he felt like the bad guy, and I don't know, all the goons and stuff. They go to Mr. Chang's office in like Honolulu or whatever.
Yeah.
And they throw him out a window.
Yeah. The white guy with the affected accent is Mr. Chang.
Mr. Chang. Yeah, I didn't really understand that either. But anyway, right now we're going to throw it to fact or no fact. Should we ask Chad to join us?
I did. He should be here pretty quickly, so I can start the bumper.
Yeah, let's start the bumper up.
Fact. No fact. Fact. No fact.
Well, we'll be joined in a minute by Chad Smith of the Last Comic Shop podcast. He's been with us. This will be his 3rd appearance in 4 weeks, I believe it is. He's got the expertise when it comes to comics and all things comics, including the Marvel movies. So he's going to join me in asking Rob some probing questions since Bob is bowed out due to his lack of Marvel knowledge. Why they're friends, I'm not too sure.
Complete lack. It is amazing that he will hang out with me. He must find me charming in some ways.
Yeah.
Well,
two things Chad asked me when I showed him the trailer. First thing he said was, "But I told you already," was this looks good. And the second one was supposed to be there.
That's how fitting.
Like he I guess he thought it was like a stunt double of some sort.
Well, they couldn't get Jamie Kennedy, so
They couldn't get Jamie Kennedy.
they had to go get that blow up doll. I think that might have been Chad trying to join us. Should we explain fact or no fact real quick? And because he knows how it works.
Yeah, here we go. Fact or no fact this week. I called this is vulgar. Hard dick inquiry was
hard dick inquiry. Nice.
Yeah, which is why to change hard ticket to Hawaii too. It's my filthiest one, but it fits because this movie was just filthy.
No, it really does, because like you're like, it makes me wonder, should I have half a chubby for this movie, or shouldn't I? There's a lot of boobies, but like it's so ridiculous, you know. There he is.
That note, hello.
Hello.
I will not be doing any lunges tonight. Don't worry.
I was gonna say I'm excited to see you too.
Yeah, definitely. I gave you your intro already, but here's Chad Smith. You know why he's here. Let's get into fact or no fact.
Okay, so we're looking for the lie once again. 4 of these things, believe it or not, are facts. Which once again, because I am a dedicated podcaster, I had to read interviews with the directors and actors because no one wants to submit facts to any other websites out there. Anyway,
all right.
Here's number 1. The lead actress, that's the main bimbo, was drunk. She was drunk most of the shoot and while on set. Okay, that's the first one. Second one, the director/editor, same guy, made sure that 2 minutes never passed in the movie without an aircraft, a vehicle, a boat, a gun, or nudity. Okay. Third thing, very little to no dialogue is filmed during nude scenes so that it would play on cable without confusing the plot.
Huh.
All right. Fourth one, no studio would make this movie, so it was self-financed from overseas video sales from his previous movies. And last one, with a surprising lack of profane language, fuck and shit are only said once each during the movie.
Huh.
Okay, so we got to find the lie.
The lie. Find the lie.
So they were said as many times as the N-word. Okay, according to that.
Hey, 87. That wasn't profane. Just kidding.
Okay, you know what?
Damn.
Thinking about it, I think I agree that fucking shit were only said once during the movie. I'm working backwards here. No studio would make this movie, so it was self-financed from the previous movie. I don't think that no studio would make it, but I do believe it was self-financed. So I think that's like a half and half right there. So I'm gonna circle back to that. I'm gonna italicize that for a second. Very little to no dialogue is filmed during nude scenes, so that would play on cable without confusing plot. I want to call bullshit on that because, I mean, all those dirty talk lines about like using my body temperature. I mean, it's not a plot-heavy line of dialogue, but there is speaking.
Truth.
So I'll circle back to that. Director/editor made sure that 2 minutes never passed without an aircraft, a vehicle, a boat, gun, or nudity. Believable. The one I really want to land on, though, is lead actress was drunk most of the shoot and while on set. Because I don't think she was slurring. And you're talking about models and playmates. As much as they have like tabloid type lives where like, you know, they're constantly harassed and harangued, and they do have sometimes volatile personal lives, they don't tend to drink because it does not fit their macros to have model magazine cover body status.
Fair point.
So if she was boozing, she would have, I mean, like anybody who boozes regularly puts on some pounds, and there were no pounds to be seen because they were playmates.
True.
So my instinct tells me number 1 is the lie, but the dialogue one is tripping me up. I'm going to go with my gut and say that the lead actress was not drunk because she's a model, and models don't drink. They do cocaine. And it was
Yeah, Chad,
All
the 4 lead actresses who all bared themselves waist up were Playboy playmates. at the time.
Very nice. Experienced then.
Yes.
Experienced in the boobage field. Yeah. had no qualms, I'm sure. Chad, you want to go next or you want me to go?
I'll go. I don't know if I agree with Rob's assessment because I feel like a lot of actresses do the binge and purge. Binge and purge. That's how they maintain. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it's a thing. I'll say I don't know about the use of language, but I don't think it's that one. And I actually think the rule about having an aircraft nudity, a gun, or an explosion is a wonderful rule, which most films should follow. So I'm not going to go with that one. So I'm going to say, because people love schlocky movies, I bet it wasn't self-financed. I bet there was some obscure, like Canon-esque family that the people that did the Superman movies later on that just wanted to make a buck that were like, this is a good idea. Look at all these explosions and nude scenes and airplanes he has.
Yeah.
I want a piece. So I'm going to say it was not self-financed.
Very fair. Okay, so Rob is number 1. Chad is number 4. I will go number 3. Very little dialogue and nude scenes. Just because I think I feel like they were talking a lot on the beach where Taryn and Jimmy John. And I feel like Donna and Rowdy were talking quite a little bit when she was like giving him a hand, so to speak, or whatever it was that was happening later in the movie. So I'm going to go with number 3.
Lauren Boebert. Anyway, so
they were watching Beetlejuice. I heard.
Rob, I'm going to start with you, Rob. The lead actress was so drunk.
She was walking straight. I don't know.
She was so drunk that she doesn't remember most of the shooting, and when she watches it, she was embarrassed because of how bad her acting was. And in subsequent movies, she was in AA, and the production team made sure she made meetings and didn't drink and all that shit. So that she credits the filmmaking crew for keeping her sober.
So I'm adding Bamboozled by Bulimia to the write-up.
Thank you, Chad. Okay. And this is the one where I destroy all your hopes and dreams because the director and editor never made sure that 2 minutes passed. I made that up, and I actually made sure it wasn't true by skipping ahead every 2 minutes and making sure that wasn't the case.
Bob.
So the scene in the bar with the restaurant with the sportscaster and stuff.
Yeah,
that was the longest segment with none of those things. It was like a good 5-6 minutes.
Wow.
It was boring as hell.
Yeah.
So yes, the director on interview said that he doesn't like to put dialogue on the scenes with nudity because he wants to make sure it plays on cable, and it doesn't confuse the story. So he said during love scenes, no dialogue, and during nudity scenes, nothing important.
Well, he's lying, and I'm right.
It was all important.
It was self-financed with what movie? What was the poster again?
Malibu Express. That's right.
The sale of Malibu Express videos overseas financed this entire movie.
Wow.
Apparently, non-American countries love the boobage.
Well,
and
I mean, American countries love boobies. It
was the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a Control F on the screenplay and found one fuck, one shit,
and
four asses and 6 bitches, but those apparently aren't things that are going to get bleeped on public like cable TV. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe not.
And then of course the N word. Other than that, there was nothing.
Wow.
And apparently the director is very proud that his movies aren't profane, even though he's wrong.
I mean, visually,
as profane as they can measure that.
4 inches from the ground.
Yeah,
that's the measurement.
Yeah. Chad, if you would have heard the clips that Chris picked out, you would be disagreeing with this highly.
Oh man,
it is shocking.
It's shocking. He has his code of honor. I can respect that.
Yeah. If it's about sex acts, he's all for it. But don't use the curse word. All right. Cool. Well, that not cool though because nobody wins.
Yeah.
especially because I didn't win, and that
I
makes me
finally
upset.
won again. It's
Yeah,
been a while since I won.
All right, I guess we'll count it as a win for Bob. And
Bob
since Bob's on
won.
the same team as me, go
Bob
ahead.
won with 60% odds against him.
Wow, yeah, that's true. That's true. In our favor. All right, let's throw it to the catch-all.
And now it's time for the catch-all. The doors suck. All right.
I agree. I don't know if I'm going to catch shade because I don't know Chad all that well yet, but I hate the 80s.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
What
I had a
about
feeling.
Tony Danza?
Fuck Tony Danza.
No!
I'm impartial because new waves undue influence on modern music. Yeah, there's lots of cheese, but like the songwriting and the chord structure is all good, but like that whole like shit, you know.
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm not a fan of
How were songs in general in the 80s from?
What do you mean?
Like music in general, was it good in the 80s?
Depeche Mode,
No. Lies.
I don't want to
pop,
sound like
pop music wasn't good, but a lot of other stuff that was good.
I don't want to sound like a queer
all
or
right,
nothing, but I think Depeche Mode's a sweet band.
That was an Orgasmo quote.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Teaching the young ranger the bribery routine, I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
Just
I'm
when I
gonna
thought
kind
we
of go
didn't cover everything.
Yeah, right. No, there's plenty, so I'm gonna go quick. Awful hand puppet snake, I wrote, which I guess it's the elbow snake.
That's what I'm calling it.
Because you can see the guy's elbow. The honeymooners didn't care about the snake on the honeymoon plane. I think I'd be a little freaked out. You know, from what I've heard, snakes on a plane is not good. Rob, I'm borrowing that line.
Yeah.
I wrote down again, the snake is contaminated. Can you contaminate a snake? I guess. I don't think that's what you'd call it.
Well, come on, tell Chad what it was contaminated with.
Cancer-infested rats bit this snake, so it was contaminated with rat cancer, and that's what made it scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides the fact
So
that
the
it was
snake-
a giant boa constrictor in the
With
first
the
place.
rat cancer bite. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Chad's going to double down on his. This is actually a good movie decision.
Yeah, that sounds like The Simpsons with the dogs with the bees. The dogs with the bees in their mouth.
so when
they bark,
so when they bark, they
bees
shoot
at you.
bees at you. Yeah.
The Simpsons did it.
Yep.
I love the little helicopter that they show.
Oh, the drone.
Just it makes the bad guy less scary for some reason, having that tiny little helicopter. Nobody uses nunchucks correctly ever.
Yep.
Like they show
You mean-
Taryn with them, and she's like barely swinging them, and then at the end she hands Rowdy the. Actually, I think it's Donna that hands Rowdy. It doesn't matter. The nunchucks, and he just grips them in his hand and beats the bodyguard to death. Well, like he's holding the roll of quarters, not like he has nunchucks.
You mean nunchuckas?
Yeah, nunchaku. She does her best thinking in the jacuzzi topless. I said already. Why did they bring the snake back to the place where they got it in the first place? If that's not its destination, it was supposed to go to like a wildlife reserve to live out its last 36 hours or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
And they
didn't
just brought it back.
If they knew they were why transport it when you could just saw its head off and then
Just shoot it.
Throw it out in the garbage.
It's infested with rat cancer.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. Is the gang leader a white guy in a bunch of makeup doing Latino face? Does anybody know?
Yes.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Seth. I think he was doing Latino face, which I'm not.
I
Cool
thought
with.
you meant Mr. Chang.
Oh yeah, no. He can't believe Seth, the guy I'm talking about, can't believe that he saw a snake. He's so shocked that he starts shooting at it. It's a snake.
And it's considerably far away. It's like the scene in Austin Powers, the first one, when the steamrollers go 1 mile an hour and the guy's just yelling stop.
When correctly colored, urine wins respect, according to Jimmy John, during his prescription tirade, which we mentioned already. But I don't know about you guys, but I haven't had a situation where I'm at the urinal and some guy sees the glow of my urine and is ready to compliment me about it or anything. Yeah. Not that my urine glows, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
No judgment.
Rowdy tells Donna to visit the gang leader's house when he finds out that he's trying to kill her.
Yeah, he does.
Literally. He actually does. This movie is porn, I wrote.
Yeah.
Taryn says at one point that she's a receptacle for Jimmy John's desires, which almost made it the most offensive, but since we had 16, it didn't quite make it.
That's a real nice way of saying cum dumpster.
God damn.
It's a semen receptacle, sir.
Yes.
Far more respectable.
A Riz receptacle.
Gross braid semi karate guy has his name is Jade. I'm not into the like really long braided hair thing. Maybe it's just something I would never do personally, but Edie's bartender Michelle is obviously a dude. I think that they thought that they were hitting us with a bamboozle, not the bulimia kind, but the like I can't believe it's actually a dude.
I can't believe it's not tits.
Yeah. I'm sure that we can find one in that list, that ad read that would fit that better.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not
honka honkas.
Guard playing frisbee with Hawaiians while strapped with an Uzi.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little dangerous.
Everybody knows Hawaiians don't play frisbee.
True. At least not without their Uzis. Vodka with lemon peel comes in twice. Taryn's order at the Edie's dine-in or whatever is the dry martini, like half dry with a lemon peel. She specifically asked for vodka. And then I guess we're to believe that Jade is her perfect match because he does vodka shots with a lemon peel in his mouth later in the movie.
Yeah.
That was supposed to tie them together, right? But they don't end up together anyway. Yeah, he ends up with Edie anyway. Bodybuilder torture, I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's a scene we were talking about before where Edie's all roped up and this really jacked chick comes in with nunchucks she doesn't use and strings her up and then punches her in the stomach with nunchucks in her hand.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. When reviewing their footage from hundreds of feet away, they managed to get a close-up on Shades.
Yeah. It's a little convenient.
A little bit. Here's a couple lines from Rowdy. One man's dream is another man's lunch. I'll let you decide what he's talking about. Just when you think it's safe to take a pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another line for you.
Both
of those almost made dialogue, but we only have 5 spaces. So, military taps music when they're loading up. You know, they're doing the trope where they're getting all their arsenal, like all the guns ready, and they're playing military taps. I thought that was really funny. Totally unnecessary ground roll from Taryn when she gets out of the vehicle when they're attacking Seth. I don't know if you noticed that one.
Yeah.
Guy gets shot at that same place and he goes, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Not kidding. That was his reaction. His mother gave him those hair beads. Jade's mom gave him his hair beads. So when he's in a karate fight, he gets upset about that.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to get upset too. Donna wipes away her sweat a lot. I noticed in this movie. But what's worse is she
toilet scene.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, right before she gets attacked by Seth, she's wiping away her sweat. What I noticed though is that she wipes her mouth with the same towel.
Yes.
Like she's got armpit sweat in that towel, and she's like wiping her mouth. I just thought it was really nasty. Extremely bad fight choreography. Like, you should have brought somebody on, you know? Just punch through the closet door, dude. Seth is stabbing the closet door with a dagger. And it you could very easily, even if you're like the scrawniest of people, man, woman, whatever, you could punch through that closet door, no problem.
That guy just wouldn't die either.
Yeah, true. I did write that there were a lot of false finishes later in the catch-all, but there definitely are. Right there. Snake destroys toilet. That wouldn't happen. That would just never happen. The snake is not muscular enough to do that. I'm not. If I was stuck under a toilet, I don't think I'd be able to burst through it.
I'd just die.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Rocket exploded helicopters and snakes and blow up dolls. and people.
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe it is a good movie.
I was worried about the thing about the blow up that bothered me is like it's too light. If a rock that wouldn't register an impact and blow up, I think it would just like kind of like catch it and keep going, right?
You may be right. You may be right about that. That's a fair point. Rowdy once again, he says one more stop on the tour. And he's talking about going to Chang's office to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote "fuck you, Andy Sedaris."
Okay.
That's my last for the catch-all. You guys want to mention anything?
No.
Just lack of police procedure for DEA or whatever the hell they are. They just like go rogue the entire movie, or do nothing.
As somebody who worked in a Amazon fulfillment center at the height of the pandemic, I don't like how they kind of like portray the average forklift operator as a lazy everyman.
Yeah, they were rather lazy.
I never once loaded a problematic snake into the wrong tote.
Well, I mean, and that's without it saying cancerous rat infested snake on the. If you saw that, I think you'd give it even more attention.
I did throw out a lot of batteries though. And
like into your backpack?
No, like in the garbage because they docked me on overtime and I wanted to throw out the equivalent in batteries to break even.
You are a fucking menace. Okay. Here it is. Here's the big segment. We're throwing it to Rob's Magic Marvel Corner where Chad's going to kind of take the reins here. I'm going to ask a few questions too, just for fun. But take it away, Rob, with the bumper.
Rob's
Jones
Magic
Smash
Marvel
Big Monster
Movie
Let's go!
Corner.
Fine.
All right, Spider-Man Far From Home. This starting it off with, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I like the Spider-Man movies in the MCU canon.
I agree.
All
Chad,
right.
you want to start?
Okay, so it's trivia time. Okay, and so let's start off with Jake Gyllenhaal, who shows up in the movie as Mysterio. He was once in various series consideration to take over which other superhero's role? Was it Ed Norton's Hulk? Was it Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man? Was it Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider? Or Christopher O'Donnell's Robin from the Batman franchise?
I want to say Ghost Rider or Hulk because he has that kind of Neanderthal look with his eyebrow. But
more like Donnie Dorco.
Yeah,
nice,
right?
nice.
Yeah. Fuck Hulk or Knight Rider. I could.
Ghost Rider.
Like Ghost. That's right. Yeah, I'm thinking David
or
Hasselhoff.
Knight Rider.
Or Knight Rider. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Hulk because I feel like
Hulk.
I feel like he'd be very good at like you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, like that whole.
I don't like you now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No kidding.
That's one of my favorite Space Ghost lines. Anybody else want to venture a guess?
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Okay.
Well,
Bob?
since Knight Rider is not really an option, I'll go with Robin.
There you go. Okay, so the correct answer was because after filming Seabiscuit, Tobey Maguire suffered a back injury and was holding out in terms of he wanted more money to film Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
But fortunately, he was dating the Universal Studios president, and he was able to smooth over relations because Sony was ready to drop him and replace him with Jake Gyllenhaal. Because they're you might not be healthy enough to film.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I felt like it was the right time. Like the right time frame.
Oh yeah. So that was question number one.
Go
ahead.
My number one is and I feel like this isn't obvious when it comes to Spider-Man. Who is your favorite Spider-Man? It's almost like asking favorite Batman.
Honestly, I like Tom Holland. I think, but I'm seeing it. I was talking to Bob before we started the show, and I'm kind of biased because they started the Spider-Man in the MCU was just Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit.
Yeah.
No emotional through line with Uncle Ben and Aunt May and his wrestling stint. It was just like, I'm a high school student. I have these powers. I want to join the Avengers. We're going to do it.
I do like that too.
So I like the MCU Spider-Man movies because of the immediacy and they get straight to the action, and everybody knows the origin story. So like I'm biased for that reason. And it's been so long since I've seen the Tobey Maguire ones. And then there was the Amazing Spider-Man one that happened like in between, and like I don't remember it well enough to
Andrew
actually form an
Garfield,
opinion.
not good in my opinion.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Tom Holland on this one. I think the numbers don't lie. I think they're highly successful for a reason. I think the one we haven't seen yet, Far From Home, something home, the other home one,
and
No Way Home.
I heard No Way Home's like you can't top it. So I maybe I'll revisit this question when I watch the third one. But right now,
Cool.
Tom Holland.
Well, I got to know, Bob and Chad, who would you pick if you had to pick a favorite Spider-Man?
Oh, don't ask me. I don't know.
All right, Tom Holland there too.
He gives no craps about this. So my favorite Spider-Man movie, like I am a diehard Spider-Man guy. I've told Bob like a million times, I'm like 32 issues away from having all of the Amazing Spider-Man comics.
Oh wow.
And so Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Is that the Doc Ock?
That is the Doc Ock one,
That's
yeah.
that one.
Yep.
That's actually technically Spider-Man 2.1 with 8 additional minutes. Because J. Jonah Jameson gets the suit and is like standing on the desk pretending he's Spider-Man.
J.K. Simmons?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
But that's my favorite movie. But as far as Spider-Man goes, I think Tom Holland is the best of all the worlds. You get that youthful joy and exuberance. You get those emotional moments that Tobey Maguire was able to deliver. I think Tobey was a little too weepy sometimes.
Yeah,
definitely.
So
a lot of
as
good
much
memes,
as
though.
yes, and as much as I love those movies and Toby dancing and all that other stuff, and I think they're great movies. I'm gonna go with Tom Holland as well.
Wow. Cool. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Well, you're number
next
2.
Question.
My number 2. Okay, so we just talked about J.K. Simmons.
We did.
Okay.
And so in my opinion, and I'm fairly certain this is fact, that casting J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson was the best casting in any movie ever.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. I can agree with
on
that.
point.
And so he does pop up. Like my favorite part of Far From Home is at the end when they reveal that J.K. Simmons exists in this universe.
Yeah.
Cool.
As like an Alex Jones style J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay, yeah.
And he's shown up as like Lego Spider-Man. He's shown up in the Across the Spider-Verse movies. He was in the Marvel cartoons. Like J.K. Simmons has taken that role. He was in Spider-Man Pinball. He's done all of those things as J. Jonah Jameson. But what other universe has J.K. Simmons not been a part of? What other universe has J.K. Simmons not been a part of? So I'll give you the roles and tell me which one he did not play. Did he play Commissioner James Gordon in Zack Snyder's The Snyderverse DC movies? Did he play the yellow M&M in what I'm going to affectionately call the Hersheyverse? Did he portray the Invisible Man, or was he planning to portray the Invisible Man in Universal Studios' Dark Universe, where they were going to have all their monster movies? That started with Tom Cruise, and they had Russell Crowe as showing up as Dr. Jekyll, and they had a whole big thing planned, but eventually it didn't come to pass. Or was he in Invincible's Vitramite universe as Omni-Man, Invincible's dad? So which of these is the role that he was not either playing or planned to play, not signed on to play at any point?
Commissioner Gordon? I'm not too privy on the Snyderverse, but
okay.
I'm gonna go Gordon because I just don't know.
I'll double down on that.
I'm going Invisible Man.
Okay, so there is a correct answer, and it is not Commissioner Gordon. He was Commissioner Gordon in Batman, as well as Justice League and Justice League in black and white and extra long.
Is that the DC?
The Snyder cut,
movie?
yeah.
Well, there you go.
I've seen clips. That's why I knew that one was right.
So, yeah.
Those movies blow.
Yeah, they do. He was also the yellow M&M in commercials.
That I knew.
Over a decade.
Right. I knew that.
He's Invincible's dad on the Omni-Man
Which is
cartoon.
awesome.
I know.
Yeah. It's so good. Season 2 is coming out, I think, in November. I can't wait.
Super violent. Like, it's
so
crazy awesome. But in the Universal Monsterverse, they did the Mummy with Tom Cruise, like I said. They had plans for Channing Tatum to be Van Helsing, Russell Crowe to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Javier Bardem was going to be Frankenstein's monster.
Love
and
him.
the Invisible Man was going to be portrayed by Johnny Depp, not J.K. Simmons.
Okay.
So, Bob, you get that one.
Yes.
All right.
Nice. Good job, Bob. All right, my second one is, why does Spider-Man have super strength? Because spiders don't. It shouldn't Ant-Man. If anybody does, Ant-Man should.
Yeah. They never really mentioned it in the films, I don't think, but I'm just willing.
No, they skirt.
I was willing to suspend disbelief because
that's not good enough.
Why not?
Chad, why?
How is he going to jump that high? I mean, he has the proportionate strength and speed of a spider, and precognition, which spiders also have.
I'm gonna go with that answer.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. Precognition and super strength.
Yeah.
It's a spider thing.
It all goes together.
Duh. What was
all
that?
Right.
We've all read Charlotte's Web. We know what's up.
Exactly. That's so sad. So sad. Anyway, all right. My last question is going to be a long-winded one, like all of mine. But Ned Leeds shows up in the film. And if you are a comic book nerd, you know that the Ned Leeds in this film is actually more based on Genki, who's Miles Morales' like best friend and guy in the chair. But Ned Leeds was the name of a long-standing Spider-Man character in the comic books. And so I'm going to give you 5 plot lines from the Spider-Man comics, and one of these did not happen. Okay? So the first one, A, is Ned Leeds this long-standing character, a reporter from the Daily Bugle who vies with Peter for Betty Brant's affections and eventually wins and gets to marry Betty Brant? Is Ned Leeds bestowed with a goblin suit by J. Jonah Jameson in a plot to finally destroy Spider-Man? Is Ned Leeds eventually brainwashed into believing he's the Hobgoblin, who, by the way, is another goblin baddie who dresses up in goblin gear? But then Ned is killed in Berlin by a guy named the Foreigner. Is Ned Leeds, does he return as a clone, being cloned by Ben Reilly, who was himself a clone of Spider-Man, who was cloned by a guy named the Jackal? But when Ben Reilly cloned the Ned Leeds, he was serving as the Jackal. So it's Spider-Man clone fighting someone else who returns and then disguises himself, Ned Leeds does, as a hobo to watch over Betty.
I wrote down proxy clones for that question.
Yeah, lots of clones. And your final option, does it turn out that Ned Leeds actually was a willing hobgoblin all along, who did die but was immediately resurrected after his death because he had taken some of the Green Goblin formula? So one of these is not true. Was it the reporter who marries Betty Brant? Was it getting the goblin suit from J. Jonah Jameson? Was it being brainwashed into believing he's the Hobgoblin and then killed in Berlin? Was it returning as a clone, a hobo clone, watching Betty? Or was it being the Hobgoblin all along?
Come on, Rob, you know this one.
Hobo clone. I'm going to go with hobo clone because I have no fucking clue.
All right. Anybody
Bob,
else?
You want to venture a guess?
Yeah, I want to say the first hobgoblin one. I forget what the
where he's killed.
Yes,
he's brainwashed into thinking he's the Hobgoblin.
That's it. Brainwashed hobgoblin.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that he didn't get the girl. I'm gonna go with number 1.
Okay. All right. So I pulled a Bob here on you guys. I tricked you. Because he did marry Betty Brant. He was killed in the Spider-Man versus Wolverine crossover in the 80s, which the creators didn't tell the main creators in the Spider-Man book they were going to do it. It screwed up all their plots they were working on. And he did return as a clone who disguised himself as a hobo who was cloned from the clone of Spider-Man, who was using the name of the guy that cloned the clone of Spider-Man in the first place. Comic books are dumb. But he was not bestowed with the goblin suit by J. Jonah Jameson in order to finally destroy Spider-Man. That obviously was the Scorpion, and it was the Scorpion suit that fused to his body thereby making him want revenge.
Come on, Rob.
course.
Come on, Rob.
Obviously.
I have failed you guys. I'm sorry.
Chad foolery.
We're such
Indeed.
rubes.
What a bunch of rubes. Thanks for playing.
I saw so many rubes in this movie. Rubes? Anyway,
Yeah.
bad credit names.
I'm the freak. The Phantom Freak. The King of 9X.
Bad credit names.
All right, wait. How about the Master of Disaster? Huh? You're hopeless, man. Utterly hopeless. Ultra Laser. Dr. Doom.
Orwell's here now. He's living large. We had no names, man. No names. We are nameless. Okay, score 5.
Okay, I only have 4, starting with Wolf Larson, which I'd be cool if that was my name.
That's an awesome name, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Fionn. That's it.
Okay.
Is that a car?
It sounds like one. Yeah, like a really small car.
Yeah.
Glenn Chin.
Oh, that's nice.
That sounds like a superhero, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of like the Red Chin or something. Maybe it's
You're thinking
Fairly Odd
Crimson
Parents.
Chin and Cleft the Boy Chin Wonder.
Yeah, is that Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And lastly, Eric Shrum.
Ew.
Yeah, it sounds like a penis nickname, like a Jewish penis nickname.
Did you know that the guy who was the sumo trainer actually played 3 parts?
I didn't.
He did.
How about that?
I want to say he was also the martial arts expert and one other part.
I don't doubt it. They needed a better martial arts expert in this movie.
Yeah.
All right, let's compare the movies. Oh, you know what I didn't do?
What?
I didn't do an offensive minigame, so I'm gonna have to make it up as we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's gonna be really fun for me. Can't
Fun.
wait. All right, let's compare the movies.
Fight the real enemy.
First, I'm gonna have to find Sniper Special Ops. No, I can get. All right, I'm good. All right, so negative 57.5 for Sniper Special Ops is not to be outdone. A 39.2 for Hard Ticket to Hawaii. They're both the worst of its kind, but obviously Sniper wins this one.
Yeah.
Bob, you had a 4.63, and that beats the team 4-5 we had for Sniper Special Ops, so it's 1-1. We'll determine who is more offensive in a minute when I try to pull something together. Dialogue, what's worse? It's Hard Ticket, right?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yes.
Even with all the military jargon that nobody cares about. Production, laughable effects for Hard Ticket, or pacing for Sniper Special Ops.
Pacing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give Hard Ticket the better production.
Yeah, because Hard Ticket was clearly a B movie, whereas Sniper Special Ops was trying to be so much more.
Okay, so it's 2-2 then. Acting, I think we have to go Hard Ticket because the lead actress was drunk the whole time. But then again, so was Steven Seagal probably.
Yeah.
No, he was just eating the whole time.
And not breathing.
Yeah,
Right.
apparently. Oxygen balloons.
Oxygen balloon.
But you guys agree that acting goes to Hard Ticket, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, demerits. We have Sniper Special Ops, Bear Waddling Seagal.
Okay.
But we haven't established one yet for Hard Ticket to Hawaii. What do you guys think?
Oh, massively offensive. Let's just say that it has to get a demerit for having more offensive things than we can even mention in the segment.
That is true, and that will take us straight into the offensive minigame. But what do you think massively offensive is worse than Bear Waddling Seagal? I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to do my best. Let's throw it to the offensive minigame, and we'll all play. Chad, you too.
Woohoo!
Okay, this is a story about my mom and dad.
Offensive
One was white, one was black, and I bet you think you're glad.
mini game.
My skin is very tan.
I want to apologize. I've punched the the computer like 6 times tonight. I don't know what's gotten into me. I just apparently am not a huge fan of my laptop, so sorry for that. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna have to wing it. All right. Let's start slow with Malachi Cargo official uniforms showing ass.
Okay.
Versus bullet begat side boob. So, Chad, for you, the Molokai cargo official uniforms, which the ladies wear, literally show their ass cheeks.
Okay.
So
they're DEA officers, aren't they?
I mean, I don't know. I guess Donna is undercover, and Taryn actually works for Molokai Cargo.
I thought it was the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah. Taryn is actually a member of Molokai Cargo, I think, because she because she doesn't. At the end, she's the one who can save the diamonds.
Their uniforms do show ass cheeks, yes.
Yeah. Having followed politics slightly, it doesn't surprise me that there'd be government officials like, no, we need those shorts higher. So,
True. This is
That's
Hawaii,
right.
goddammit. Okay. So what did I just lead with? Let's go with gratuititties, meaning just way too many boobs, or delightful dead body documentation.
That one.
Okay, so the girl in the Sniper Special Ops movie is taking pictures of dead bodies with glee when they win. Both American and I don't know. They don't even actually establish where they are. Are they in Afghanistan?
They never say.
I think so.
Yeah, they literally never say. So that's offensive in itself. So is that 1-1? Can we throw it to the bonus?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Handsy host.
Yep.
Can't do that.
No, you can't. Or baby in a battle zone.
Oh, God.
Context is everything, though, because like in times of war, babies do end up in battle zones. So if you're going for historical accuracy, I guess that's.
She put her own baby into crosshairs, though.
Yeah, but it was like for a good cause, I guess. Or groping.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess they're both not great, but
they're both bad. Yeah, that's
context
for sure.
is everything, I guess.
Okay, so are you going?
I'll go baby in battle zones. Probably worse.
I think more people will be offended by the host than they would be about someone in a war zone making a tough decision.
Just to make it easier for you, Chad, the host at Edie's diner or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what the place was. It was like a Hawaiian restaurant. Is constantly making references to boobs and butts and sex and stuff like it, and it's just like it makes you groan.
Okay.
But in Sniper Special Ops, this woman is trying to save someone who was just shot, but she's got her baby with her, and she like goes right to where the person was shot with her baby, which I found offensive because I would.
Is it like you wouldn't shoot a baby, would you?
No.
I got this baby. There's no way you can shoot me now.
Yeah. No tiny human shield. No.
Oh man, this is tough.
That made me think of Captain America and like using the baby as the shield, bouncing it off of things and catching it again.
I think they did that in this most recent Flash movie where they're putting babies in microwaves.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go just in the spirit. I just heard the new Aquaman movie involves like people walked out because there's a baby scene in there and something bad happens to a baby, and so I think that is the cause celeb. We're gonna protect them babies.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Bob though, making it a 2-2. So I think we had a 4-2. We'll call offensive a wash, which is crazy because Hard Ticket to Hawaii is way more offensive. So a 4-2 victory for Hard Ticket to Hawaii, our current worst movie of the season. I think that tracks. You guys feel good about that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's what the science says, and that's what we say. Next week we are doing a Matthew McConaughey movie you may not have heard of. Gary Oldman also stars in and Peter Dinklage if you're a Game of Thrones fan. A movie called Tiptoes. If you don't know what it is, it's a movie where Peter Dinklage and Gary Oldman are both
little people.
Not normies.
Is that what they want to? Yeah, not normies.
All right.
Yeah, all right. It's right. Thank you again, Chad Smith from the Last Comic Shop podcast for joining us. We very much appreciate your expertise, and it's always fun having you on. We'll look forward to the next time having you. We'll talk about it. We'll see when next you want to come on. Rob, I say that you. Is there anything else you want to plug, Chad, before we send it to our outro?
No, our last couple of shows have all been like some of my favorites. We got to interview Roy Thomas, who was the guy who took over Marvel after Stan Lee.
Wow.
We sat down with him for an hour. That was awesome. And then the next show that we published was one that got my kid to read comic books. I don't know if you guys are familiar with One Piece, but like my kid doesn't care anything about comics. He saw me reading One Piece, and then he's like, "Can I read that?" I was like, "Sure." And then within a month, I had to buy all 103 volumes of it for him to keep up. And then
had to.
I just had
to. Absolutely had to.
I did. Choice. And the last show that we published, the most recent show, was every summer we do something called Live Stream for the Cure, which is like a cancer research benefit show.
Cool.
And so, like, I don't know, and I haven't been able to listen to any of them because they're all shows I'm proud of, and it makes me nervous. But I get that. The most recent back catalog of shows are just something that, they're my highlights throughout the year. They're all crammed into 1 month.
Cool. We'll definitely have to check that out. Awesome. Nice. I'm glad you told us about that.
So thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. I always have tons of fun here.
Yeah, and we do too. And we'd love to join you anytime on the Last Comic Shop podcast. If ever you want us. And Rob, plug us and send it to Bob, but play us out with that little clip I sent you.
All right. www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Everything's there. Email, social media, streaming, YouTube, all that fun stuff. You could, just reach out to us, vote on our polls, look at Bob's trailers, email us, all that fun stuff. Last words, Bob?
Twin Peaks, for sure.
All right. See you guys next week.
Is it a travel agent commercial?
It is plane footage. It's like a helicopter shooting a plane flying through Hawaii.
This is like 10 minutes in, right? When they're flying the snake?
Yeah. The time marker is like 12. Yeah, 12 minutes. Okay. I'm willing to bet it's the guy that plays Jade singing.
That was a music director.
I don't know how this movie could have been bad. This sounds wonderful.
Like I said, I gave it a full star on Letterboxd for the laughs.
Yeah, it was a barrel of laughs, that's for sure.
All right, that's enough of that.
That's more than enough of that. Oh my God.
See you next week, guys.
Bye, Greg.